Our so-called future Nobel Peace Prize winner left Israel before he landed. The peace was over. He didn't even land. He didn't get back to the U.S. they were back fighting. They didn't even let him land the plane in the United States. he, he's our peace negotiator.
Hey, they placated him, bro. You know, so okay, we're gonna let these 20 live people still come. And then BB give the excuse and say, well, you only released 4 that was dead. We need the rest of
They got all these Republicans back here. We're gonna call up all the big wigs and stuff in the Knesset and the Speaker of the House and the Knesset and the mayor and all around the world, and we're gonna tell them we're gonna put in Donald Trump's name for Nobel Peace Prize.
They played him like a fiddle, bro. Both sides. Played him like a fiddle.
Oh my goodness.
He was on cloud 9 when he got on that plane.
He was on cloud 9 when he got on that plane. He had already told the folks over there that he was gonna send Eric over there and everything to pick up some cash. He sent Eric over. Said, my son will be over here, pick up some cash. He's over there making deals when he's supposed to be on a peace mission. He more worried about his golf course over there that they get in Qatar. Making sure they got the right name on the wall and the flag up. People, this is too much. This country, we ain't shut down. And this nigga is giving out $20 billion to Argentina. He gave them people $20 billion. And he said he gonna prop up their currency. They gave them $20 billion and it was gone like that. The currency still screwed up. Come to find out, the IMF then already gave 23 different loans to help save them. And Scott Best is still sitting out there talking crap. he done told China, he said, we 100% tariff on y'all. And it wasn't 48 hours later, he took it away. He said, he sat on the social media, woke up and said, I don't know what's wrong with China, but we're going to help them out. We're going to take the 100% tariff off them.
Taco.
Taco. He took it off. He didn't even give Zhao Jinping a chance to even answer the 100% tariff. And he blamed it on Yao. Said Yao was something wrong with him, so I'm gonna take it off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the art of the deal. They got a name for him over there in England. Back in the old days, in the 1800s, they used to have a little guy running around the city. They called him the Artful Dodger. Yeah, that's Trump. Oh man. People, I had to start our show off with some funny stuff here because this is too much. I can't believe it.
It's too much, eh?
It's too much. I can't believe it, man. It's too much. I can't believe it. If I told somebody 2 years from now, that this happened, they won't believe me. So no, you lied. Oh my goodness. Man, Ted, we in trouble. Every time that Negro want to dump some tariff on somebody, any answer he got, the country don't do what he say. I'm gonna put a tariff on him. He done drove all these big countries away from us, man. India, Brazil, China gone, Russia gone, and South Africa gone. He getting ready to lose the European Union. Canada getting ready to roll over to him too. Australia getting ready to roll over. They all going to BRICS. They got their own currency to it. They trading in their own damn currency. They said,
Mexico doing something too, bro.
Damn the US dollar.
Yeah, it's losing. It's going down.
That's they own their currency, and Russia is loving it because he's selling them all the oil he can sell them, and they in whatever BRICS currency he can get. They selling. Russia selling more oil than he did before the embargo. Oh man.
You know, I hear you talking, and the thing is that we sitting here, we making fun, rightfully so, because he's doing some stupid shit. Now, are we foreign affairs experts? No, but we can read, we can see, we can hear, and things that's going on across the world, and we know. I'm gonna give you some dates, and every one of these dates means something. 1929, 1789, 9/11, 2008, 2008, and 2009. What else I have here? 1776, 2020. Now, when you think about all those dates, it means something.
Oh hell yeah! Damn near
All of
all
them
of them.
mean something.
Damn near
There's a
all of them.
story behind it.
As soon as you said those dates and everything, my mind just went to them. What was going
Yeah,
on?
yeah. You know, and
1929, stock market crash.
yeah. Where are we now? We're at the highest peak, one of the highest peaks
2011,
ever.
2011, and stuff. They ran into their daggone buildings in New York. 208,
So think about it.
208. Bush handed Trump. I mean, Obama, the biggest banking shit in the world.
Yeah.
Broke the country, broke the world. 2020, Trump handed Biden the worst daggone crisis in the world. Country was all messed up. They shut down. And just think, Ted, every last one of them was caused by who?
Republicans.
A Republican. It was a Republican. It was in his name, whose name it popped right up. A Republican. Bush gave up one. Oh, Trump gave one.
Well, here's the thing, and people don't like to hear this, and it's kind of boring, and it's repetitious. When you had chattel slavery, and you lived with it for centuries, and you had a group of 4 million people under the thumb, and treated them inhuman. And a lot of them broke out and found a way to navigate, get themselves educated, even back then. And we've been fighting ever since. Now, because we are at one time, this country was only black and white, and a lot of Native Americans, very few Latino people. And when you think about it, the history of our country, because there have been 100% total freedom, total equity, total diversity, it's not that you left a group of people behind, it's that you did not live with groups of people. You kept yourself segregated and wanted to be segregated. And then that made that group of people not inclusive in what we call wealth or generational wealth. You stole their land, you ran them out of certain states and countries and states and cities. And here we are now, we have a smorgasbord of people. And I'm gonna use something that, think about this here. China is one. Their group is one. They don't have a whole lot of ethnic people there. Very few. These are all Chinese people. Now they have a party, but that party is that party. But they run it like a capitalist society because when you got over 800 billionaires that spend their money and investing all over the world, building stuff, that's what you call soft diplomacy. And they've loaning money to thousands, if not millions, of people because they got the money. They suck the American people. When I say American people, I'm talking about the corporations over there to use their cheap labor and build their economy on the American corporations and the American people buying their products. That's how they built their country. Now they have some of the most modern cities, modern everything, in most places in these cities. And they're going out and they're not about war, but they're ready for war. They've already got their 10 million soldiers or whatever they got. Because they're over 1.5 billion people. So here we are with a little less than 350 million people, supposed to be the most powerful country in the world. And all over the world here, they're looking at us laughing. China has invested billions, if I dare say trillions of dollars into their populace. 70% of the people in China has a college education, and a lot of them high tech. We didn't invest in our people. And if they did invest, it was very sparingly. Now to get through school, you're gonna have to spend $100,000 or more to just get a college degree. We ain't even talking about masters and PhDs. This is where we're at now because our our population as a whole, you said, well, we don't have enough engineers. You're right, because we only got 1.5, I think 1.5 million engineers in this country. China got over 5, 6 million. So we're losing the cyber war. We're losing the manufacturing war. So right now, everything, China's doing big, big things all over the place. Here we are, because we have a melting pot, and then they make sure that they keep certain races down because they may raise up. Because, when you're making more money, then you got a lot of power. If I'm a big time engineer and start my corporation and everything is equal, and I'm a black American, then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to promote my people and try to help them. I'm going to bring the next person on, or a group of people on. They don't want that. That's the same thing that was going on with these Latino people. But the only thing is, they're not monolithic. They got too many cultures. You're talking about all kinds of Latin people all over in South America. All of those people are different cultures, different same language but different cultures. So they're not monolithic. So here we are right now, and things are not the same as 1929. Things are not the same as 2000. Things are not the same as 2008, 2009. What are we going to do? What is this country going to do? The only thing that I can see is, because we have so much power, to start wars. That's it. Start a war. With who? I don't know. Will it be China? Will it be Russia? Iran is no threat. So there it is right there. As far as I'm concerned, they are upset because China have invested trillions of dollars in their people. You might not like their politics and where they run things because they're under authoritarian regime, but they invested in their people. I remember 50 years ago, they wasn't living like this, the way they're living now. That was 50 years ago. They had surgeons that came to America. They had people that came to America to learn to be a surgeon. They go back to China. They had to go back to China. And back then, I'm talking about in the 70s, the much money as they can make was $35,000. I say, what? That's pennies, nickels, and dimes. They went through all that school, and the only thing they can make is up to $35,000 a year. It ain't like that now. And a lot of these Chinese people, they just stay here. This is where we're at now. The American people have been on that prejudice, bigotry, racist attitude. And this is where we are right now. This right here is the breaking point, I think. I think we have come to the breaking point. Either they're going to go all out and they're just going to be white. And they know that they can build this country. There was a collective thing that was going on. It was black people, some Asian people, some Latino people, all kinds of ethnic groups came together to build this country in the last 60 years, 70, 80 years, 100 years. Because we had two major wars. The rest of them was just political wars. So I'm just trying to figure out, where are we going here? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking, where are we going? What are we going to do? You got this big march. They're already calling it an Antifa
They can call
march.
it what they want. Yes, we only can do what we can do, and we know what this thing is all about. And these people are all about miscommunication, telling people, bringing chaos, and trying to frighten certain parts of this country. But I believe in stuff, Ted, that all that stuff that they doing and stuff, calling this and calling that, this became a point in everything where you can sit out there and you can cry wolf so much, then after a while and everything, people are not gonna listen to you. You know, we know that you sit out there and somebody holler fire, fire. People stop, they gonna stop listening because they look around and don't see no fire. They just keep on going. That's somebody being crazy. And that's what's going on with the Republican Party. They have been crying wolf so much and hollering and telling lies that they think people believe that stuff. The only way that they believe that stuff is that it's being put out there on our media out there. But the people out there understand that this is not true. I believe that. I believe that that uh, they understand that our media and stuff is putting this crap out here, but it's not true. Even the folks and stuff who were sitting there and in DC, sitting right there and listening to this lady stand up there and lie to the news and to the news people. And I know half the people sitting down there who are writing the daggone news, who are getting their news from them, know that they're telling a lie. But because they work for these news medias and stuff that is owned by these billionaires that they want to pass down these lies, they're going to continue to do that. That's why you're seeing so many independent podcasters and stuff out there. If you look online and stuff now, man, there are thousands of folks out there, man, who are doing what we're doing. Thousands of them out there doing it. They don't have the power or the algorithms and stuff to get on YouTube, but they got Substack. They got a bunch of other platforms that they're using now to put their word and stuff out there. Joy Reid just got into it. She jumped on this thing and stuff. She got her own daggone show now. She's getting big and big and big and big and bigger. Don Lemon, he's getting big and big and bigger. He's damn near gonna be big as Don Lemon gonna be bigger than what he was on CNN pretty soon. He's gonna have an audience and stuff that he uh, did not have on CNN that he couldn't get. And you're gonna find out that all these other major folks out there, ABC, NBC, or whatever, their viewership is going down. Their viewership is going down. Even Fox viewership is going down. People know, look, they are smarter than that. Some people are smarter than that, and I know they are. And I heard them just like you did. Yeah, they're Antifa. They're out there and stuff, and they're promoting these people out there. They got some terrorists out there who are they can't do anything about it, and they can't settle this shutdown because they gotta wait until this big old Antifa march is over with because if
Who's
they
paying
settle.
these people? Who's paying? You gonna pay 10 million people?
Pardon?
They can't pay 10 million people.
I know, but they're
That's what they
saying.
claiming. They talking
That's
about
what they
they
claiming.
getting
That's
paid.
what they claiming. And you and I both know, and I know Ted, that there's a whole lot of other people out there who don't believe that mess. They know what's going on. They know what's going on, and all this bull crap talking point that these folks are doing and everything. It's not going to work. People are not going to listen to all that stuff. Some of them will. You got a certain percentage of them who will, but there's a whole lot of them out there who don't believe that. But they're sitting there in front of ABC, CNN, and all them saying this stuff, and they're putting it out there because their bosses and stuff say they have to do that.
Well,
We got to put up with. So whatever they're talking about, I don't even believe. I just sit down there and listen to it. Matter of fact, when I see other news folks out there, they popping up these things about what they see out there. Well, show this video of what they're saying. I turn that stuff off, or either I fast forward to get past that crap because I don't even want to hear it. It's just it's gotten to be sickening. It really has. It's gotten to be sickening, and I'm just hoping that with this shutdown, Ted, if the Democrats don't get nothing out of this shutdown or get something and stuff from it and everything, because we went too far into this daggone thing. There are millions of people out there who are dependent upon them to stop this daggone uh, healthcare crisis that's getting ready to happen. And if we don't get something out of that and they give up, the Democratic Party gonna lose a whole lot of people. They're gonna lose a whole lot of people. And I know it's hurting some people out there now. They're losing their job, they losing all this, and they're getting fired and all that. But in any war, man, there's some casualties. You got a war going on, there's some casualties. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Everybody gonna come out of there unscathed.
well, we're in the 15th day. So,
There are things going on, Ted, and some of these outlets and stuff now they're putting this stuff out. And I think Midas touching some of them ought to start going out there and doing what these folks are doing. One of those outlets out there and everything, they did an article on this hospital in Kentucky. No, it's not a hospital, but it's a senior citizen building. They've already know that November 1st, this senior citizen building is closing down.
how many
They've already told
occupants?
them
You know
it's
how many
closing.
occupants?
Almost 100 and some people there, old people. They ain't got no place to go. This is what's happening and stuff because of that big, beautiful bill. So that's what they need to do. Get out there. Democrats need to get out there and go to these places and stuff and everything and find out and put this thing out there on whatever platform they have and show them what the heck is going on. What this daggone thing means because they keep on saying, well, we need to get back in and end this shutdown and everything, and then we can talk about what's going on. You know, damn well they ain't going to talk about what's going on. They're going to keep on going. They're not going to talk. They've already told. Trump already told them, don't talk to the Democrats. Don't say nothing to them. Man, they're not. And they know this stuff is going to be devastating to all their communities. That's why they're not holding these town halls. They're still not holding to town halls. They sent them home for vacation. Probably all of them going out of the country, spending that money that they just got.
Well, they're somewhere in Cancun or the Caribbean islands. You know, they got their money. They get paid.
Y'all think got their money? You sitting down there. I watched a segment of a show and everything talking about Florida. Man, some of those things, man, they talking about there that's happening to you guys' state down there. Man, it is horrible. All these homes and stuff, these people done left. They had Tampa Bay in there too. Tampa, St. Pete. So y'all got projects going on down there that they just throw it by the wayside. And the
Yeah.
governor sit and the governor
And
sitting
like I
down
said,
there.
we have what we call snowbirds.
Yeah, and your governor said we ain't got no back in February. We ain't got no trouble. Everything is fine. We got 34 million people who done came into our state, and they sat down there and said that nigga lied. He hurting.
All the beaches is it's nice. This is beach weather for me,
Yep,
and people are not coming.
they ain't coming.
Restaurants losing money, hotels losing money.
Yep,
These little side hustlers are losing money because you
losing
got
money.
here in Florida, they have so many attractions. You know, all kinds of attractions. You name it, they got it. All done. If you go down 75, um, and it's just a whole bunch of attractions everywhere where people, tourism. They go there and say, "Oh, I want to see the alligators." Oh, I want to see the dinosaurs. They got dinosaurs, alligators. They got um, all kinds of things that people like to do, as a tourist. And they're all empty, bro. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming.
Yep, they said those businesses and stuff that were dependent upon the snowbirds coming down and spending their money. Said these folks are going out of business, so they're trying to figure out how they're going to keep the employees working. A lot of these places, restaurants, hotels, they done laid off the people who clean the rooms up, everything.
Well, the saving grace for Florida right now is that we haven't been hit by a hurricane. That's a saving grace.
That's a horrible thing, man. That you say the saving grace. Okay.
Hey, they haven't even fixed up or helped these people the last hurricane. You got thousands of people haven't been assisted with the last one, and that was what 2 years ago.
Well, about a year ago, year and a half almost now, I guess, because North Carolina's in the same situation. They're still waiting on their money. The only reason why the people in Georgia got their stuff done is because the governor and stuff and everything took some of the surplus funds they had and gave it to the people to fix their properties up. Other than that, there's been the same situation. We had a big surplus, and Governor Kemp called up Trump, and Trump said, "We ain't giving you a dime." So we turned around and said, "Hey, get these folks down there who got their properties messed up." He had something like 350, $400 million that he gave those people down there in South Georgia. North Carolina couldn't do it because they don't have their surplus.
All I gotta
And
say
and
is
you
this:
guys and you guys definitely can't do it because y'all been devastated every year about these hurricanes.
that's a
So
fact.
why did he have to lie to you? I don't understand. What purpose did DeSantos have in lying and telling them that everything is fine? Was he trying to do that to get the people to come?
I don't know. I ain't in his head. He's been sort of kind of absent. He ain't running off his mouth like he used to. Very seldom he's on TV. I think he was on TV a few days ago. What you were saying, lying, that's what he was doing. But other than that, he's been really pretty quiet because, he's under investigation, him and his wife,
Mm.
about that $10 million. So,
That's ironic you said that $10 million.
pennies, nickels, and dimes.
$10 million. It has been said, and there's some new people out there saying that, and it happened on Rachel Maddow's show the other day that that $10 million saved Trump's campaign when he was running against Hillary Clinton. You remember that $10 million, don't you? All that cash that they took out of them banks over there in Egypt.
Yeah,
Two big old bags of cash, weigh over 200 pounds,
yeah,
and they don't know where it's at. And that money they went to Trump, and that's the reason why when he was over there the other day, he went to Egypt and praised that man because he was the one
yeah.
that saved his campaign. Saved his campaign. That $10 million saved him.
Well, there's so many nefarious things going on, with these. They got their own. The family got their own Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
They run around different countries and wheeling and dealing, trying to get the Trump Towers in just about every country they can, and using Trump's name. And then they buoy him up, like they did that fiasco a couple of days ago. And really, I mean, it was a good thing, but it was a facade. You know, although he did get those people that was captured, that was still alive, but it's my granddaughter. Hey, sorry, I have to call you back. So, so the thing is that these people that were captured is out. That's a good thing. But they blew it up. What we was talking about at the beginning of the show, they blew it up. And at the same time, as soon as he got off the plane, they got chaos already.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a facade. And really that's what the whole thing was. And then for him to go over there and make deals, you know, and to praise him. But they just there's some people, man, that's doing so many things that is just right out, just stealing from the American people. We the suckers. The American people are the suckers. That's what we are. We are the suckers here when you think about it. Because all these other countries, a lot of these countries, they live in large.
Mm-hmm.
They live in large, bro. A lot of these
Yep.
countries are living large. You
Yep.
know,
They're not
forsake
hurt.
Sudan and
They're
Gaza and
they're
some
not
of these.
hurting. Most of them are in. They don't have any tariffs going on. There's free trade going on in all these countries. Free
Yeah,
trade
they live
going
in
on.
large, bro.
People
We the
rolling around
suckers.
there, and we are hurting. This man done hurt us to death. And
We
and
are
that
the
was one of the
suckers.
main reasons and stuff, Ted, why they said a lot of these foreigners and stuff don't want to come to this country because they scared of Trump.
We are the suckers. You got these farmers going bankrupt every day, hundreds of them.
And he
We the
still hasn't
suckers.
gave them people that $10 billion yet. He ain't gave that money to them yet. He promised that he was gonna do it, but he ain't
Well,
gave
10
it to them.
billion, 10 billion ain't even enough, bro.
Well, he blaming the shutdown now.
Them people gonna need about $30 billion to
I
get
know it.
themselves together.
I know they are, but he ain't gonna even give them that 10 billion. He said, well, I can't give that money to it because the Democrats got a shutdown going on, so we gotta wait until the shutdown's over before we can start issuing out them checks and everything to
But he
everybody.
gave that 20 billion though away, didn't
He sure did. He gave it 20 billion. He gave that 20 billion up. I mean, big time. Gave it right up. If that don't wake people up, Ted, I don't know what them farmers gonna do. Hey man, y'all got to wake up. And some of the people over there still think that he gonna be okay. Not all of them, but there's a few over there that still say, well, Trump, he's
he?
still
Well,
my man.
they'll go in poverty, man, for that man. A lot of them are going in poverty. They still believe in him.
Hmm. He got a
So
cult going on. He got a cult, people. There's a cult going on, folks, out there, and he knows it. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know if I can deal. I can stay hang with that, brother, man, with all this mess going on. What else is going on, Mr. Harvey?
well, last night I was clicking back and forth trying to find something interesting. You got the NBA going on. Couldn't watch that because it's
What?
preseason. Preseason.
Oh, preseason.
You had
Okay.
you got the NFL going on last night. Couldn't watch that because the beginning of the season. I don't like to watch too much football until around January. And I was thinking, man, I said, you got these, and we didn't say this before. You got these football players making quarterbacks making $50, $60 million a year, bro. You got these college students making $2 or $3 million a year. I'm happy for them. However, the everyday Joe Blow, he'd be lucky if he's making $45,000, $55,000, $60,000. And not so much the money, it's the thing is that your purchasing power is less. Your purchasing power is less. And why do I say that? If you're a truck driver right now, you want to go get a new truck, a F, whatever they call that, 150, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Them trucks is $50,000, $60,000, $70,000.
More than that, Ted.
You talking about a
Those trucks are
home,
more than that.
yeah.
They're
And you
more
talking
than
about
that.
if you want to get a home, you talking about starting. I'm talking about in a nice neighborhood, 350 to 400,000.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
So you talking about your transportation, you talking about your living. Now you're talking about food.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the grocery store, and if you got 2 children or 3 children or 4 children, and you talking about buying a week's worth of groceries, it's gonna cost you $300.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's a week.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're only making $45,000, $55,000 a year, if you're fortunate enough, your wife might be working, and maybe she might be making more than you or less than you. But let's say it's $80,000 total household. Now you get through paying taxes, you get your little deductibles. Depending if your children are young enough, you get a little. You'd be lucky you can live off about, if you're lucky, $60,000. So you got $60,000. You got to pay mortgage. You got to pay your car note. And if your wife works, she got a car. Now you got to pay insurance.
Car insurance, homeowners insurance,
All
it's
of that.
going up. You ain't
Everything is
you,
up.
you haven't even said anything about putting gas in the car. Both them
Yeah.
cars.
So think about that. Yeah, and you bring it home $60,000 after they get through taking taxes and what have you. You might get a little, maybe $2,000, $3,000 back or whatever. But the bottom line is $60,000, bro, used to be big money.
Mm-hmm.
Not today. Not today. I mean, people that's young, they probably say, well, their dream was making six figures and all that. And I keep saying this, when I first got married, I told my wife, I said, okay, well, both of us got, college degrees. You make 800, I make 800. We do all right. Now we're talking over 50 years ago now. I'm just saying the difference, the difference. And we could have, with one child at the time, we could have lived off of what I made. Because rent went but $250. Wasn't even that much, I don't think. My little car note wasn't even $200. That's what I'm saying. The difference now is totally different. And how these
Inflation has
kids,
tore us up.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Inflation is like, because every year, I don't know if you experienced this, but I did. When I was working, every year, my cable bill went up, my insurance bill went up, my lights went up. Every year, they'll tack on 5, 10%. Everything always went up. So the point is, I don't know what these economists people are thinking, because all you're doing is inflating dollars. You know, everything it goes up, and people cannot keep up, especially if you don't have no trade and you're working and you can't find you know, you don't have a trade, and you can have a trade, but then they might not even be hiring you. You don't have a college degree, or you might have a college degree. You might have a college degree, but they ain't even hiring you because you don't have the right skills.
Yep.
So the point is that when they say no kings, and I'm getting to the point, my whole point of talking about that is that the thing is that these people, you know, they might be saying, okay, I'm marching because I want my insurance to be less. I'm marching because I want my democracy and my total freedom back. I'm marching because I don't like the way they're treating these immigrants and these undocumented people. I'm marching because I don't like the fact that the way they run in this country now and the way things are going and they treating people bad. A lot of people got their own individual reason for marching. And I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep saying it. Without a vision, the people perish. And right now, this country do not have a vision for the people. For the people. Where are we going? Where are we trying to get to? We keep on talking about China. Well, China, you know, China got, they had already set their plan for 500 years. They got plans for up to 500 years. What they're trying to do to their country and what they're trying to model and building bridges and everything else, they got a plan for 500 years. We can't even get a damn infrastructure done right. Joe Biden set up an infrastructure plan for 10 years. $300 billion a year for infrastructure. Trump cut that shit off. When
Yeah.
when Joe Biden, they keep on talking about Joe Biden didn't do nothing. Hell, man, all around here, man, I was seeing nothing but roads building and all kind of stuff going on. And I'm sure that was all across the country. They had all kind of projects.
Yep. Bridge buildings, falling down bridges and stuff being built. But we've been finding out and stuff too that in this country and stuff what's happening is that we have become so capitalist, I guess you might say, that these projects and stuff, especially these road projects and stuff now, they aren't becoming a government project or a federal project and everything. There are some roads and stuff that they are building and everything now that are private entities. And these people with these private funds and stuff, because they don't have any other place to put their money at, they're taking it and they're putting it into building these roads and stuff, and they're putting a toll on them.
Yep.
We have a project and stuff right here going on here in Atlanta and stuff, right north of Atlanta and stuff. We call Highway 400, and they're putting in something like almost $4 billion to build this highway and stuff. That's going to be probably about 13 miles long.
Damn.
Yeah,
Did you say 400 billion?
4 billion,
4 billion.
4.5,
Okay.
$4.5 billion
For
for
13 miles.
about 13 or 14 miles, right? That's it. And they're gonna put a toll on it. And the reason why they're putting a toll on it and everything is because the people and stuff who are going to be serviced by these roads are the affluent folks and stuff here in Atlanta. That road is going to go up to and pass all the way into Forsyth County, close to Forsyth County. Anywhere in between that and everything, all in there are people who are homes and stuff are $500,000 or more, or $1 million, or $5 million. These are people who are going to use that road, so they know that they're going to pay their toll without any problem at all. So they're taking that $4 billion and stuff and everything, putting the toll road up, so people can get to home and work faster. They can get to home and work to go to Atlanta, do their job there, go back home. Be a lot faster. They're gonna pay it, and they're gonna keep that toll there. So they know they're gonna make some money off of it. That $4 billion will drop in the bucket with what they're gonna make off it in 10 years.
Oh yeah.
They're building it right now. You can drive down it right now, man. They all on the side. They got places tore up, highways all tore up, exit roads and stuff they're making and everything, man. And they beautifying the place, everything, man. It's gonna be nice. They're gonna put a toll on. You can't get on that, baby, unless you pay a toll.
Other than that, you got to take the streets, which might take you 2 hours to get home
Other than that,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Other than that, yeah. And with the toll they're going on, you can't get on back. But with a toll, it's you still gonna take at least 45 minutes to get home on it. But you won't take 2 hours.
Well, I heard somebody say this, and maybe it's true here. I don't know. You're more political than me. They say that every state in the United States is really their own country.
They should be. Now, you spoke of the people in the other outside this country that are doing better than what we are. And man, I can't when you threw that that phrase out there, it just man, it's they are. Even in Africa. They're doing better than we are. European Union, they're doing better than we are. Their infrastructure, man, is out of sight. Train service, out of sight. we ride the train.
Well,
We ride the train up to each corner, and man, you might have an accident. Or you might take you 2 hours, 3 hours to get home. They
well,
get home in 15 minutes.
here, when you got 40% or more people, 42%, they claim that's living below poverty or on the cusp of poverty. 42% of the population in this country.
Figueroa. I know you heard of it, right?
Yeah.
Figueroa. Have you looked on the news people and did a tour up and down Figueroa Avenue now?
No.
Oh, okay. You get some chance to go to do that. Go on
There's a
YouTube.
Figueroa in LA.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Figueroa goes from the bottom to the top of Los Angeles, goes straight up and down LA. Figueroa.
What about it?
Go look at it. Go look. That's your
Okay, because
that's part of
I used to
your
ride down that street
that's
all the
part of
time.
your that's part of your 30 or 40 million homeless folks.
Really?
Yes, sir. Go up and down it. Well, go in the video and go up and down it. They all on the side of the street. Ain't nothing but the homeless folks. Tents.
It used to be a real nice, drive down Figueroa Street.
It ain't no more.
But I left California over 30 something years ago.
I know. It ain't anymore. They got you can ride up and down that street, man. Is you talking about homeless people,
Really?
all kind of stuff, dope head, prostitutes, all up and down there. They can just people just they want to find them a prostitute. They just drive down Figueroa. They standing out there on the street corner, buck naked almost, flagging down
Mm.
cars. Hey, hey. Figueroa. That's where LA's homeless is at. They got them right there.
They must have ran them out of Marina Del Rey.
I don't know, but they man, I saw somebody was sent some pictures and stuff to me of that street and everything. I said, "Where is that at?" They said, "This is Figueroa Avenue."
Well, that's what we was talking about. You talking
That's what
about
we're
New
talking
York
about.
people,
That's what we're talking about.
New York people
That's the
homeless,
millions. That's the millions and millions of people and stuff who are homeless. They all out there.
and the way they cut hood, no telling how many more people.
And
They
it's,
didn't
it's
practically
and
cut
in,
that cut that budget in half.
yeah, in Chicago, where we used to look at Pacific God Mission, right downtown, right close to downtown, Pacific God Mission, where they done spread out now. It's all over, man, all along the Dan Ryan.
What's the name of the street?
Pacific God Mission. You never heard of that?
Oh, okay.
Right. There used to be,
No,
that's where it
never
used to
heard
be
of it.
concentrated, right there on that street there, right in front of Pacific God Mission. Well, they done spread out. They already out to the Dan Ryan now. Right on the side of Dan Ryan. You can ride down Dan Ryan, you can look over there, and they're homeless folks all up over there.
Well, they used to have this place in Chicago. What they used to call it? I forget the name of it, but they used to have a certain name for it. But and you would see homeless and drug addicts and all that. I forget the name of what they used to call it. Here in Florida, um, they call
Skid
it
Row.
Suitcase Alley. Skid Row, that's it. That was the name what
Skid
they used to
Row.
call it. Skid Row. But here they call it Suitcase Alley.
Mm,
And it's not that far from USF,
mm.
Suitcase Alley.
University of South Florida, huh?
Yeah, it's about 2 or 3 miles away from USF.
Yep. Well, every big city in this country got them. They got their places and stuff where they got them at. And there ain't a city in this country who don't have them. Not a one. I don't care where you go through. In a city in this country that don't have them. They got their areas where them homeless and stuff live at. Every city. I don't care where you at. You can go in the red states, blue states, whatever. They got them. Final word,
Question
Teddy.
is, well, my final word, what we gonna do about it?
We need to do something,
What
man.
can we do
We
about it?
need to do something, but nobody. There is no desire to do anything about them right now. If that's a big old if, and a Monday morning quarterback. If we had another president, he probably would be doing something about it right now. They'd probably be sitting down there, building places and stuff for these folks to live at, doing something about it, and trying to eliminate their problem instead of catering to these billionaires. And
Well,
I don't believe that these hospitals will be being shut down right now if she was sitting in office. I don't believe that these nursing homes would be shutting down if she was sitting in that office. And all the other bad stuff is getting ready to go. And I don't believe that they would have been taking food out of children's mouths. I don't believe that the state of Texas and stuff would be allowed to tell the children in the school that they're not going to give them breakfast or free lunch. It's a horrible thing, Ted, when you can tell a child that's hungry in a classroom and stuff, we taking away your free lunch. Or we're not gonna give you any breakfast in the morning when you come into school. And it's okay. And the state legislature said, fine, we're gonna take that money away. And nobody said anything about it. There ain't no big backlash. Our children. Anything else?
Well, we're leaving on a negative note,
Yeah. Hey, man,
but
it's
it's
horrible.
true.
I watched it. I'm sitting there this summer, and they were asking, and the governor said, "Well, we ain't gonna give these free lunches and stuff out to these children when they come into summer school or whatever. We taking away that food." And they did it, and nobody said nothing. It was an uproar for about a second, and then it was all over. Our children, they can't help themselves. They weren't brought here. They didn't come on their own. Somebody brought them here. Their parents. Them knuckleheads over there that's sitting down there saying that it's okay to you can't kill any children. But after they born here, you don't see them summer guns nowhere. They ain't nowhere to be seen. When it come to feeding them, clothing them, making sure they have proper education,
Educating.
you don't see them no more. All those right to life folks. Where y'all at? Where you at, right to life? You brought them here. You gonna take care of them now? Or what? Oh no, the parents should take care of them. That ain't our job. Well, you forced them to have them, and the people who they knew they couldn't afford them, so that's why they wanted to say have an abortion. We don't have an abortion because I can't afford them. I can't bring them. I can't afford them. But you forced them to do it. You are forcing them to do it, but you're not helping them to feed them or clothe them. Taking their SNAP money.
Or properly educate them.
You properly educate them. You shutting down the Department of Education. Backwards. Somebody needs to think about them. The same folks who sat down there and got rid of Roe v. Wade, they the ones ought to be taking care of. You got rid of it. Anyway, people, me and Mr. Harvey will see you guys tomorrow with some better news. Hope reigns eternal. Hope reigns eternal. We hoping. Maybe that something gonna drop dead. I'm sad to say.
Ooh, oh, oh, oh.
Oop. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.